It's your boy Jim's TV here, and lately I've been feeling like this whole Slaughterhouse beef has gotten completely the fuck out of hand. Excuse my French. What people had to understand is that sometimes in groups, things just don't go well. And with 4 members of a group, that's 4 quarters, as they like to say, 4 quarters of the slaughter. That's what they call it, that's what it is. But that's 4 different opinions, there's 4 different views, 4 different outlooks, 4 different reasons why and why not. A lot of times people gotta understand 4 egos in a group is totally different from anything else. And at the same time, a lot of blame in their situations is placed on Joe Budden. I'm not understanding why, but you know, Joe's Joe. He's one of those people who's not just taking whatever. You know what I mean? And Royce has often said that he will not do a Slaughterhouse project, a Slaughterhouse anything, without the other members. Outside of those other members, he will not replace another member. He does not believe in that. They are who they are, and to him, Slaughterhouse is those 4 people. But Joell and Crooked gotta live too.
Shit. Yeah, like he act like he was our connect. Crook acting like he was our connect to the labels or something. Like, nigga, we can go talk to anybody at any label, bruh. We can go. No, we hadn't even went and spoke to anybody. What if we just decided we wanted to go talk to everybody and, you know, like weigh one thing against the other and get a bidding war started, or just like you said, maybe think about the possibility of just funding it ourselves.
I mean, in this day and age, you barely need a label. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Then you could do the shit yourself.
The frustrating thing about being in the position that me and Joe is in is that all of these things that y'all are saying are things to be considered. Like that's looking at the silver lining. That's looking at the brighter side of it. Actions that took place to put us here don't get considered by the public, and it was kind of presented to the public that way. It's a blow to the morale. It puts us in a different position in terms of the way we feel about the future of the group. It's a respect thing. You know what I mean? Can it be reconciled and we end up doing things at Slaughterhouse later on down the line at any time? It's always a possibility. I can understand why you guys are like, why you're expecting me to, or you're telling me that I should consider certain things in order to think about the long run of things and what's the best decision for the entire group. Right. I just wish they would have extended us the same kind of courtesy. Themselves in the foot, because there's always gonna be youngins who lash out like Conway did.
Right.
You know, but
Crook rap. Crook always ready to rap.
Crook didn't want no. See what I'm saying? See, people got the wrong impression about people, and that's why Joe is easy to paint as a certain thing.
He's an easy target.
Yeah, and Crook and Joell look like the blue collar guys.
Correct.
And, you know, the guys who, you know, willing to roll their sleeves up. Fuck all that. Crook, he had his ways about him the whole time. He always had some issue with Joe that he wouldn't address. It was always in the air. I can't quite put my finger on what that was, but this nigga that made Joe diss records, he done did all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? People just didn't hear him. You know what I mean? But he did it. He did it, and there was a time where he was like, nah, I ain't rapping. You know what I mean? Nobody fucking went out and put out an album about him not rapping and saying that the group is over with. It's messy. And then on the business side, it's like, yo, you're not fucking up our shit, you fucking up your shit too. You know what I mean? We all taking the same L together. And then, you know, like during the whole process, you painted me in a certain light. You had to paint me in a certain light in order to be able to do that. And I'm just trying to figure out what did I do to deserve that?
Yeah, and I mean, there's no reconciling, because I heard people getting invited to the Frank stand on those calls. Right?
I never did.
Didn't somebody say SMD on one of those calls?
Joell.
Oh no, Joe.
One of those, I was like,
Joe said Frank stand.
Joe said that project that project at SMD. He said that project.
Yeah, that project can suck my dick. Yeah. Well, maybe it was the project. So yeah, maybe that's not.
That's just when I started seeing online, I was like, you know what, enough.
That was just some Joe shit to say though. You know what I'm saying? Like and then what he said made me block him. It made me block him on social media and made me block his number because I love him too much and I don't want nothing else to get said that's gonna turn me up. That's gonna put me up there.
The rise and fall of Slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying? Well, we just musically told the story of the group's rise and fall from our own perspective. We kind of just wanted to talk to the fans of Slaughterhouse. It was an album made to talk directly to the fans. Okay, the other two members, they didn't like that, which we knew they wouldn't. We anticipated that, but before we did that album, I came to the table with a deal for Slaughterhouse. Now, keep in mind, it's 2022. The last official Slaughterhouse album came out in 2012. That's 10 years ago. So if you're going to do anything with the brand, I would think that you would do it before 10 years pass. 10 years pass. If you let a brand just sit for 10 years, I don't think you care about it. And I tried a lot, to get the group back together. Blind loyalty, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the guys back together. Let's get the band back together. All that. That was my energy. You feel me? And it was just blind loyalty to friendships. And you know what I mean? I couldn't get the picture. I wasn't able to fully see the picture that this wasn't never going to happen again. You know what I mean? And that there were clues, but like I said, loyalty and friendship will make you turn a blind eye to the clues and the hints if you allow it to, So I brought a deal to the table to call everybody bluff. Okay, y'all keep saying, first Joe Budden, he said, yo, if we get off Shady Records, because he was having some, disagreements in the public with Shady Records. If we get off Shady Records as a group, we get an official release, I'll come out of retirement and rap with the group, which I never believed that. But, he said it. So I said, all right, cool. We all put in for the attorney. We got an official release from Shady Records. You know what I'm saying? Shady didn't try to hold us back or tell us, you owe us this amount of money and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think M and Paul Rosenberg were very gracious. You know what I'm saying? I think, it just didn't work. So we got out of the deal. About a year and some change passed. Crickets. I thought y'all said if we get out of the record deal, y'all go back in and make some Slaughterhouse music. We got fans sitting there asking us about music every single day. I can't even fucking tweet without them asking me about music. I can't.
So at this moment, it's pretty much, Royce and Crooked and Joe and Joell speaking on their feelings and how it's 4 different points of views in the group. As I was saying earlier, that's 4 quarters of opinions, 4 quarters of feelings, 4 quarters of people just feeling like, hey man, this is what we want best. Now, part of the thing with their blow up or break up or situation is mainly that they want to move on with Slaughterhouse. If Joe's retired, which is, he's retired. I mean, what do you want him to do? He doesn't want to rap again. So that puts it down to 3 members. None of the members want to see everybody else suffer. So Joell and Crook is like, hey, why don't we just do a 3-man group? Or, we add a piece in. But it seems like none of them actually wanted to do it without Joe. So Royce is the main one saying, I won't rap without either of them. Slaughterhouse, we own that. But at the end of the day, to Joe Budden, if you're not going to rap again, you're not going to, bless the group, bless the world with that side of your talents, and you've completely adopted this media career full on, and you're not willing to make music, you should be able to tell your group mates, hey, I want to step aside and let y'all handle the brand and do what y'all gonna do, and just leave me there as a part owner and consultant. You know, because we did create this thing together, and you know, Royce doesn't want to do that, so he's out on that, and the other two, only Joell and Crook, only want to rap, and they want to keeping the brand alive. So at the end of the day, it's like no matter what you do or what you say, Slaughterhouse is dead. So they felt like they could come out with this Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse out. But, you know, I think the thing with Joe and Royce was communication. Well, Royce was communication. But the thing is, y'all niggas are 4 of the top caliber MCs from a certain era. So, nigga, y'all created something. So the fan backlash that Crooked Eye said that he receives in the tweets and things like that, that's kind of y'all fault. That's y'all fault. Y'all built something that the world wanted to see, and now that it's over, some people can't understand that. You know, as a fan myself, I want to still hear this Glass House album. But at the end of the day, if it's going to cost y'all some suffering, I'd rather y'all not. If it's going to cost me suffering to my head because there's no cohesion and there's no, you know, chemistry in the group, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear half-ass album from anybody, which is why when y'all got together as y'all 4 and y'all did what y'all did, it was well appreciated. Now, I know we're in a different era of music now, and there's new artists and coming up with new styles, but that doesn't mean we don't like the old stuff or the older stuff or the more traditional stuff as well.
Channel that was outside of that particular company, so they couldn't come in and do anything and try to strong arm anything. This is a whole new channel where I got this deal at, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to do it, you know. To Royce and Joe, you know, Joe like that, I don't want to do it, I don't like it. Well, what you don't like about it? He wouldn't even give me a phone call to tell me what he didn't like about it. He wouldn't pick up the phone and call me. So you know what I did? I went on Twitter and I let our fans know, yo, I'm giving Slaughterhouse 48 hours to call me about a deal. If they don't call me, I'm never trying to do this shit again. I just put it in the public real quick so they could understand the gravity of this and so people could see it play out in real time. And I got a phone call from Royce. I got a phone call from Joell Ortiz, but Joe was still not calling because Joe, I guess he felt like, and this later on this came out, Crook always coming around with a deal. You know, my whole thing was either shit or get off the pot. Here's the deal. All we got to do is go rap 11 times on a song. Everybody walk away with some money. Fans walk away with some good art. And we close the chapter on this whole shit. We work too hard to have our reputations, you know. Somebody try to put a question mark on our reputation, you know what I mean? Like we would do some backdoor shit, you know, just for some money or like we've been hurting and all this type of this narrative, bro. It's crazy.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
It's crazy. It's like, yo, you know, bro. Now I'm this ain't gonna be some low vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be no low vibrational shit. We just, you know, we just gonna discuss a couple things, but you know, I saw a couple clips last night. I was in the studio at 3 a.m. with the Shoe Gang. Shout out to the Shoe Gang. You know what I mean? Yeah. My nigga Frank Nitty and Divine was in the building too. And Divine showed me some shit, man. And I haven't been watching all them Math Hoffa clips. You know, I just see them here and there. I ain't really been watching them because Royce was on there, you know, doing his thing. I thought he was just over there promoting his Heaven Experience, you know what I mean? EP or greatest hits with an EP attached to it, something like that. And, you know, I just hear so many crazy things. Like when you say that we made more money standing next to Joe Budden than we ever did in our career, man, do you know what like that's damn near a joke, man.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, bro. He said that me and you made more money standing
next to Joe Budden than we ever did in our career. And it's like, bro, Slaughterhouse split the money 4 ways. How the fuck did we? Where's this money you speak of? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like shit. I missed out. Maybe I need to go look at what maybe they was getting more or something. What 4 ways? It's like, dog, and we talk.
I hate talking about money shit. That never was what I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to dive into that, but I'll say this, right? Like my whole solo career, every single move I made has made more money than Slaughterhouse has made me.
Bro,
I'm just keeping all the way 1,000. So for him to say that, like he's really, really reaching, man. I'm really wondering why Roy, make sure I'm saying his name, Royce. I'm wondering why Royce is choosing the money angle so hard. Like, you know, he said that, first of all, he said we did Rise and Fall for money. Then he's saying the most money we made is next to Joe Budden. Why is everything he talking about money? All we did was say why Slaughterhouse ain't happening no more. And he just spun all types of different narratives to seem like a victim. And that shit is bullshit. Ain't nobody, I would hope nobody in Slaughterhouse is pressed for money.
Yeah,
honestly,
for real.
Honestly, because we all was something before Slaughterhouse, dog. Like,
dog, listen, I met you in 2007 on the cover shoot of the XXL magazine, the first freshman cover. That's where I met you. This is before Slaughterhouse existed. We was already getting on covers of national magazines before Slaughterhouse existed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm like, yo, how the fuck are you gonna say that? Man, we made a sacrifice. Slaughterhouse was for the culture. We was coming together doing that for the culture. All those trips and studio times and all that shit, we did that for the culture. We knew that the bag wasn't gonna be what it should be until later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We knew that bag wasn't going to be what it needed to be until later. We did that shit for the culture. So to say that we made the most money, I feel like you really think that we beneath you. You think that we have been beneath you all this time because you feel like that amount of money that we all made was the most that we ever made. And I hate to talk about the money too, but I'm just saying, like, if that's what you think, then you must have thought that we have been beneath you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. So it's like when check the resume, bro. Like, check the resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I done produced joints on Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I done ghost written for niggas that's in niggas top 5s. You know what I'm saying? If what I gotta do, start showing off, start gathering all my plaques and all, and that shit is phony, corny shit that has nothing to do with the art.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the art, man. You know what I mean? What do you want us to do? Start being flashy and shit and all that? Like, that's trip. I can't even believe that they took that angle. They try to run with this narrative like niggas is hurting and we, was doing bad and we made it back. No, man. 10 years passed by and y'all didn't do nothing, man. 10 years and the fans is just sitting there waiting on some new Slaughterhouse music. 10 years, man. That's what happened. 10 years flew by. And all this, we could have got this deal and that deal. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You had 10 years to do all that. Now, why are you so passionate anyway, man?
Yeah, it's like we vibrate low the minute we start talking about that shit. Like, I don't even want to talk about that shit. Especially since we got our album coming September 16th.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, especially since they're going to get Harbor City Season 1. You know what I'm saying? September 16th. You know what I mean?
Hey, so tell them again. When is the album dropping?
Harbor City Season 1. You know what I'm saying? September 16th.
Y'all hear that?
Boys, man.
Y'all hear that? September 16th. Harbor City is the title of the album, Season 1. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, son.
September 16th.
I'm never the toot my own horn guy, but I listen back and I'm like, damn, this is special, man. It's
different.
It's not what you'd expect, man. And I love it. It could be anywhere in the world on a Friday, but you're in here with us.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. We call ourselves blue collar MCs because even though we own our own businesses and we bosses in that level, we work for y'all. It's moving.
Yo, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say this, Crook. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not above a diss record, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? All I did on that last album was tell the fucking truth. I told the fans why there was no more Slaughterhouse. That's it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when we look at this Slaughterhouse situation, I'm pretty sure there was tension in the air that been there throughout the time that they were dealing with the group. Joe and Joe Budden, Royce and Joe Budden seem to be closer than they are to Crook and Joell, and Crook and Joell seem to be closer to each other than the other two members, and it seems as if Royce may be closer to all the other three members than anybody else in the ordeal. And you know, that's a dynamic that's different. Like he said, Royce said that you know, Crook and Joe have had some type of underlying thing. Joe has stated things with Crook. Crook have stated things that he didn't agree with when dealing with Joe. And Joell seems to believe that you know, him and Crook seems to believe that Royce and Joe have always looked down upon them. And there may be some truth to all of these accusations that each of these group members have with one another. The problem being is when these type of things go unaddressed constantly, it creates more problem. Joell also said he's not opposed and he's not above a diss record for Royce or whoever. And you know, that's another issue. Like you can't call yourselves brothers and they my boys, that's my friends, and you know, this my bandmates, you know, that full quarter of the Slaughterhouse stuff that y'all kind of put us on to, right? And then all of these different little things and you know, nuances and little minor beefs are involved because you'll never get past nothing because you already have a preconceived notion about the other individuals that you're already involved with. Now, see, my thing is, sometimes situations go bad, but should the public know as much as they do? No. Relationships that you have with people, not everything, like how they say, oh, everything's supposed to stay in this house. No, not everything, but certain things. Y'all business dealings, that should be kept to y'all. Why y'all ain't doing more Slaughterhouse projects? Y'all might owe the fans an explanation for that. But other than that, the pettiness, it's not really warranted because you guys are well respected. And at y'all age, this here, it doesn't work for somebody like me. Because it makes me feel like there's no hope for our people. At the end of the day, a conversation must be had. Conversations need to be had. If y'all are going to move forward. Because guess what? Y'all in an industry where y'all could pass each other at any time. Like the last incident with Slaughterhouse. Joe and Crook and Joell Ortiz bumped into each other. Joe admitted that on the podcast. Y'all all admitted that. And that's my issue. Y'all got to see each other. So the disrespect, y'all not going to do it in another Slaughterhouse project. Don't do it. Y'all going to diss each other on wax? Don't do it. But keep it clean enough not to mention family members and children. And let it be that. All right, Joe podcasting. He doing his media thing, which is great. Y'all doing y'all projects. Roy's doing him. Leave it at that. And another Gems TV production. So I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and most of all, man, be blessed and learn to evolve and elevate. And what you got to keep in house, keep in house. What you got to go public with, go public with. But know there's consequences for all of it, man. Peace, blessings, and above. It's Gems TV out, man.